My SB fans of me, when it all got real, you ran on me. 2 months ago, couldn't stand me. Now she wanna be a part of my fantasy. Feel so real, but how can it be? Not everywhere I go, cameras be. I'm in the low end randomly, but the west side where my family be. Keep that energy. Today, we are 10 years into the future, and we are going to be rebuilding the highest overall team. I already have a video posted on my channel where we rebuilt the worst overall team 10 years into the future. It's actually my most viewed video on the channel. So I figured, fuck it, let's do the same thing, but with the best team. Before we hop into the video, if you like Madden rebuilds or if you like the channel, please leave a like and subscribe. We're on the road to 200 at the moment. Hopefully by the time this video is up, we've already hit it. And if we have, thank you very much. I just wanted to take a look at, who the best players are in the NFL at this point. Looks like Matt Griffey is a 99 overall for the Titans. Jerry Dobbins is a 99 for the Cowboys. Keontae McCary is a 99 for the Bengals. Drake May is a 99 overall for the Falcons. Penei Sewell is a 99 overall. Brock Bowers ends up on the Titans. He's a 99 overall. Hutchinson's a 99. CJ Stroud's a 99. Tyler Linderbaum's a 99. Derek Stingley is now on the Colts at a 98. Looks like Caleb Williams is on the Giants at a 98 overall. Puka Nacua still with the Rams. He's a 97 overall. Patrick Mahomes is on the Buccaneers at a 97 overall. Lamar is on the Chargers. Micah Parsons is still with the Cowboys. Joe Burrow is now on the Browns. Marvin Harrison ended up on the Bears. He's a 95 overall. Justin Herbert is now on the Rams. Tua's on the Broncos. There's actually a rumor from Sports Illustrated a while ago that there's a three-way trade between the Broncos, Bears, and Dolphins. And Tua ended up on the Broncos. I actually recorded a Broncos rebuild that I have stashed for if that ends up happening. Josh Allen is on the Cardinals. Trevor Lawrence is on the Rams. Desmond Ridder is on the Dolphins. Michael Penix is on the Lions. Oh my God, this is so funny. I'm pretty sure this happened in the last 10-year rebuild, and I didn't even realize. Or not 10-year rebuild, but 10 years into the future. But Jordan Love pulls a Brett Favre and an Aaron Rodgers and ends up with the Jets. Holy shit, and Justin Fields is on the Dolphins, which was also rumored in the three-way trade I was just talking about. Definitely some interesting stuff going on around the league. We still have not figured out which is the highest overall team. Before we do so, I want to take a look at the last 10 Super Bowl winners. In 2024, the Vikings win the Super Bowl with Baker Mayfield as their quarterback. He wins Super Bowl MVP. Regular season MVP goes to Lamar Jackson. There's actually rumors, too, about Baker going to the Vikings, so that's really interesting. In 2025, the Texans win a Super Bowl over the 49ers. Derek Stingley wins MVP. Patrick Mahomes wins MVP for the regular season. In 2026, Baker takes the Vikings to another Super Bowl and wins it. Wins another Super Bowl MVP. Patrick Mahomes wins another regular season MVP. In 2027, Drake May takes the Falcons to the Super Bowl and wins it. Patrick Mahomes wins another regular season MVP. In 2028, the Eagles get a Super Bowl with Jalen Hurts. Patrick Mahomes wins another regular season MVP. In 29, the Chiefs win another Super Bowl. Patrick Mahomes, Super Bowl MVP. Josh Allen, regular season MVP. In 2030, Patrick Mahomes wins another Super Bowl MVP, and another MVP. 2031 is a repeat of both teams. Patrick Mahomes wins again. He wins Super Bowl MVP again, and he wins NFL MVP again. And in 2032, the Broncos make the Super Bowl against the Commanders, and they win, and Trevor Lawrence is the regular season MVP. But now it's time to look around the league and take a look at who is the highest overall team. So there's actually a three-way tie for the highest overall team. I didn't even realize Trevor Lawrence and Justin Herbert are on the same team, but that's not important. The Ravens are an 89, the Lions are an 89, and the Falcons are an 89. And I think I'm going to be picking the Falcons, because using Drake May sounds like a lot of fun. They have a 95 overall offense, I think it's at an 83 overall defense. Why does it say we're only an 87 overall now? What the fuck? Okay, I guess we don't get to use Drake May. That's kind of disappointing. So do we pick the Lions or do we pick the Ravens? Kind of sad we don't get to use Drake May. That sounded like a lot of fun. We're going to leave it up to fate. If it lands on heads, we're going to be rebuilding the Lions. And if it lands on tails, we're going to be rebuilding the Ravens. Alexa, flip a coin.
Okay, flipping. It's tails.
I believe I said tails was the Ravens. I already kind of forgot. But we're going to be rebuilding the Baltimore Ravens 10 years in the future. Okay, and now it says we're in 86. I really don't know what to do. The Falcons were a higher overall than the Ravens were. So we're just going to go back to the Falcons. We're going to We're going to rebuild the Falcons. But this is how the Falcons roster is looking 10 years into the future. They have a really, really good O-line. Kyle Pitts is still here. He's a 94 overall with +1 morale. Bijan Robinson's still here, sitting at a 91 overall. Looks like they drafted somebody by the name of Frank House. He is a 30-year-old. He's a 93 overall X Factor. Drake London is still here. And then on defense, we don't have a single actual real-life NFL player. It's all auto-generated players. But, the defense is the low overall part of this team, so I guess it makes sense. I just think it's kind of cool that we got a 99 overall Drake May. And I believe this team just recently won the Super Bowl. Whenever we checked over that, I'm not 100% sure. But we got a nice roster, and, they're winning Super Bowls. They're making Super Bowls. I'm going to go back and look at the lineup because I need to know who I need to scout, and I didn't pay much attention. Because Kyle Pitts has got to be in his 30s at this point. Yeah, Kyle Pitts is 32. Bijan's probably also up in his 30s. Bijan's 31, so... But, we don't need to address that right now. We definitely need to draft defense. We could really use a safety, but it looks like we have a hidden dev safety because this is right after the draft. We also have a hidden dev D tackle. We could even move him over somewhere so we can start on the D line. I don't know. We could go for corner. We could scout corner and safety. I'm okay with that. Yeah, so we're going to be hiring Rondé Barber as our tier 3 scout. If you hear some fucking yelling in the background, please ignore that. I don't know when it's going to stop. Oh, and I need we got to make sure we put all this back to manual. All right, so now the CPU won't do a bunch of shit on its own. Last time it made the re-signings a little bit weird the first season, but we'll get past that. But let's get to the mid-season, and let's see how the team is doing. All right, wow, we are 6-0 at the mid-season. We have the 2nd offense in points per game with the 4th rushing offense in yards. We somehow have the 9th defense in points per game with an 83 overall. At the midseason, Drake May has thrown for 1,200 yards, 12 touchdowns, and no picks. He has a 71 completion percentage. Bijan Robinson almost has 650 yards on the year through 6 games, 5.5 per carry with 6 touchdowns. Drake London's our leading receiver. It looks like Frank House has 5 touchdowns. Kyle Pitts also has 3. We're not allowing many sacks either. Zach Lawson allowing 3 sacks at guard isn't great. And it looks like Jose Martin has 5 sacks for us on the year. It sucks that we don't have any real-life defensive players to, track. But, we'll slowly be picking up on these guys' names. And we only have 2 picks so far in the year. But, when we're 6-0, what can I complain about? And we have 21 players ready to negotiate, but we do have $110 million. We got to bring back Donovan Lynch, Frank House, Juan Carlisle. Would that be how you say that? I don't know. Zach Lawson. I feel like Zach Lawson is a real-life person and or player name. Leo Spellman, Kyle Pitts. Okay, no wonder we have so much money. We also have to bring back Bijan. So let's go ahead and start off with Bijan Robinson. I'd like to bring him back. We'll give him 2 years, 33 mil. He's on the fence. All right, go fuck yourself. Try to bring back Donovan Lynch. We'll give him 4 years, 79 mil. Why is nobody interested? We're fucking 6-0. Frank House is interested, so at least we'll be able to bring him back 4 years, 98 mil. And he actually does resign. Ooh. Juan Carlisle is going to be expensive. 2 years, 30 mil. He resigns. And then we'll bring back Kyle Pitts. 3 years, 50 mil. He also resigns. And Zach Lawson doesn't want much money. If we get him for like 4 years on this, actually, he wasn't very interested. We'll give him a little bit more money. We'll go 4 years, 16 mil. All right, and he resigns. We may as well bring back Leo Spellman while we're here. 2 years, 10 mil. He resigns. So we'll sim to the next week here in a second, and we'll try to bring back Bijan and Donovan Lynch. But dude, 6-0 is fucking crazy. And I normally use strong draft classes just because it's kind of more fun. I did forget to set it to strong for this season, so this year's draft class may be a little bit weak, but that's all right. I'm going to set kicker and punter to very strong. I don't know. I don't even think that's going to do anything, but that kind of sounds fun. But yeah, let's go ahead and sim one more week so we can try to bring back the players we missed out on. Let's see if we can go 7-0. And we are 7-0. We also have a weekly award. I guess I'll check that while we're here. And Drake May is a fucking god. That's awesome. Drake May to the Falcons isn't very realistic, but he also may have gotten drafted by a different team. Nope, he got drafted to the Falcons. That's pretty unrealistic because I don't even think there's trade-ups from the CPU in this game, but who fucking cares? So let's go ahead and try to bring back Bijan. We'll up the money a little bit. We'll give him 2 years, 35 mil, and he does resign. And then Donovan Lynch did not accept our last offer. We'll give him 4 years, 83.2 mil, and he does resign. This almost isn't even like a rebuild. It's just like watching a good team be good, but it is going to get kind of rebuildy if we end up having to re-sign Drake May, or if we, lose any of these older people to retirement. But let's go ahead and get to the end of the season, and let's see if we can finish out this season as strong as we are right now. Wow, this corner class is fucking booty cheeks. And we finished the season 13-4. I kind of expected that to be enough for the first round bye. No, the Vikings get the first round bye at 13-4. Do they still have Baker Mayfield? I wonder. I guess the Vikings playbook is pretty good in this game. I think I'm going to do a Vikings 10-year rebuild pretty soon. If you guys don't know, that's my favorite football team, and I haven't even rebuilt them once on this channel. But we finished with the second offense in points per game. We had the second offense and rushing yards per game. We also had the third defense in points per game at an 84 overall. For example, the Detroit Lions have an 88 overall defense, and they had the 12th defense in points per game. Let's see who got the weekly award in Week 18. I'm guessing it was Drake May. No, it was Bijan. 157 rushing yards. He averaged 7.1 per carry, got 2 rushing touchdowns, and had a touchdown through the air. But if Drake May played as well as he did in the first half of the season, he may have won MVP. Yeah, dude, he's probably going to be up there. 3,700 yards, 32 touchdowns, 33 touchdowns, only 2 picks with a 69% completion percentage. And Bijan didn't get many touchdowns, but averaging 5 per carry and getting 1,500 yards is really good. And Drake May getting 7 touchdowns could help his MVP case as well. Frank House finishes with 1,000 yards, 11 touchdowns. Kyle Pitts got 800 yards, 8 touchdowns. Drake London with almost 800 yards, 4 touchdowns. The O-line was really good. Donovan Lynch does allow 7 sacks, but from tackle, that's not bad. And we only allowed 18 sacks on the year, so just a little bit more than 1 a game. That is not bad at all. Khalid Brown leads our team in tackles with 125. 16 TFLs from Jose Martin, 16 from Jordan Burch, 10 out of Alani Strickland. 12.5 sacks out of Jose Martin, 12.5 out of Stephon Jeffrey, 4 out of Strickland, 3 out of Hooker. We got 2 picks from Lance Clements, 1 from Amos, 1 from Carney, and 1 from Gerald Bates. Again, none of these are real players. Fuck, dude. MVP goes to David Lynch on the Commanders. Drake May comes in second. We got robbed. NFC Offensive Player of the Year also goes to David Lynch. Maybe we didn't get robbed. He might have had a crazy year. We also came in second place for this. Bijan Robinson places 7th. Defensive Player of the Year goes to Aiden Hutchinson, which is scary because that's who we're going against in the playoffs. Jose Martin places 6th. Offensive Rookie of the Year goes to Gary Haas for the Commanders. I don't even know anything about our rookies because we didn't do the draft. Defensive Rookie of the Year goes to LaShawn Little for the Cardinals. And yeah, no Falcons. Again, don't know anything about any of our rookies. I know we had some, but I don't think we had any starters. But we have a wild card game to get into. We're technically a high overall team than them. Our defense is a really low overall, but if they have the 12th offensive points per game and we have a 95 overall offense, we should be able to win this game, but we all know how Madden is. Any game is up for grabs at any moment. Even if I was a 95 overall team and the Lions were an 82, it's up for grabs. So let's get to the divisional and let's see if we win. And we do beat the Lions 24-20. We're going against the Bears here, who again have Marvin Harrison. For some reason, it says he has 77 tackles, 10 TFLs, and 29 sacks. I guess Marvin Harrison is just the best player of all time. The Bears were also kind of mid, 19th offensive points per game, 12th defense. They have a lower overall team than us, but they did go 13-4. But let's send to the NFC Championship because we should be in it, and let's see if we get a win here. And we do. We're going against the Vikings in the NFC Championship, who had one of the best defenses in the league, kind of a mid-offense, though. I want to see if they still have Baker. No, they got somebody by the name of Steve Brink. They also still have Jordan Addison, who's up to a 99 overall, so that's kind of scary. See, now this is a game I'd be okay with losing. An 88 overall offense, a 91 overall defense. Had a pretty good offense throughout the year. I mean, not great, but ours was obviously better. But they had the 2nd defensive points per game, 4th passing defense, 5th rushing defense. So if we lose here, I will not be upset. But let's send to the Super Bowl, and let's hopefully, let's just hope we're in it. All right, and we are in the Super Bowl against the 9-8 Jets, who have the same overall team as us. 8th offensive points per game, only the 17th defense. Don't really know how this team is in the Super Bowl. Let's see who's on the Jets roster. The Jets do still have Sauce Gardner. They still have Garrett Wilson as well. Ooh, and they drafted Joe Alt. I actually really think that the Jets should draft Joe Alt this year. I also kind of think Mekhi Becton should be moved to guard. I don't know if I'm talking out of my ass, but I feel like he could gain some experience at guard before playing tackle because I don't think he's not a very good tackle as of right now. The Jets O-line was terrible this year. It's the reason Rodgers got hurt. It's a part of the reason why Zach Wilson was so bad. Although Zach Wilson is pretty bad in his own. But, oh, I forgot they have Jordan Love, dude. That's so funny. They also have Sam Howell. I don't know why. But yeah, other than that, they basically just have a bunch of CPU-generated players. But let's take a look at our lineup because we should have gotten a couple dev trait upgrades for making the Super Bowl. And I do not believe Anderson was Superstar. I feel like that's one of the first times I've seen one of my O-linemen get a dev trait upgrade, so that's awesome. And then I don't even remember our dev traits on defense, but this looks about the same as it was last year. But let's go ahead and hop into the Super Bowl here against the Jets. Let's take a look at what is going to happen. So we start off with the ball. Oh no, the Jets start off with the ball, and they get down early with a touchdown. They also get a stop on defense. We get a stop, though, and we drive down and get a touchdown and tie it up at 7. But we allow another touchdown to the Jets. They take a 7-point lead. We're getting down the field, and we settle for a field goal. We're only down by 4 going into the half. We drive down the field and get a touchdown to take a 3-point lead. We also got a stop on defense just now. We're driving down the field again. We kick another field goal, but they get a touchdown, and they have a 1-point lead. They get a stop, and they drive down the field and get a touchdown to take an 8-point lead with 3 minutes remaining. Can we get down the field? And we come just short of winning a Super Bowl. Holy shit, Jordan Love had a 90% completion percentage. I cannot believe Jordan Love's on the Jets. That is so fucking funny. Do we lose anybody to retirement, though? We do not. So we're keeping the team together. That's good, at least coming off of a Super Bowl year, or, not a Super Bowl win, but a Super Bowl year. We made it to the Super Bowl. We kept the team together. So hopefully we can have another successful season next year. And we re-signed everybody we wanted to at the midseason. We may have a 5th year or something in here somewhere. Oh, I didn't know we didn't re-sign Jose Martin. And we can't even do so because we don't have the money. We're also going to lose Amos, but I want to draft a safety anyway. We're going to have to let all these players go, which is unfortunate. Jose Martin had a great year for us. Sometimes in this game, you'll sim to free agency and some money will magically free up. If that is the case, we will try to get Jose Martin in free agency. And yeah, look at that. We have $15 million. I don't know. I don't know. Caleb Williams is in free agency. So is Joe Burrow. So is Patrick Mahomes. So is Justin Herbert. So is Tua. God, that's funny, dude. But yeah, let's try to bring back my boy Jose Martin. We'll give him a 3-year, $41 million deal. And that's only enough for his second offer. I mean, he had a good year. We could give him very player-friendly. It's just going to make our cap situation a little scary. But that is enough for the top offer, so let's go ahead and send this through. And we do bring back Jose Martin. I don't get why I don't get why players aren't interested in signing with a team after we make the Super Bowl. I don't even know. But going into the draft, I don't think we need to go for anything on offense. Our O-line is great. We have a great tight end, a great receiving core, a great running back, a great quarterback. This is going to be a heavily defensive draft. I'd like to draft a safety, but I mean, our safeties aren't terrible. I'd really like to draft a corner, but the corners in this class are terrible. Maybe we go for an edge rusher. Yeah, maybe the play's going for an edge rusher, which sucks though because I don't have any of them scouted. But we are obviously going to have a really late first-round pick this year because we made it to the Super Bowl. So let's go ahead and get into our pick. And I guess let's just see who's available. There's not really any good edge rushers. This linebacker looks really good, but he is mainly for a 4-3 scheme. I don't think he's going to really fit our scheme. I mean, I guess we could see how he is as a rusher. I mean, Elite Excel makes him real tempting. But yeah, B zone coverage, C to F power moves, B to D finesse moves. I don't think this guy fits our team very well. We could always switch. Nah, I don't know. I mean, we could still technically use him, but George Winters doesn't look terrible. He is 23, and his ratings are really bad. His core attributes are even worse. Like, his only good core attribute was A to C finesse moves. There's a couple good right outside linebackers. Craig Kidd is 22 out of Stanford. Really bad ratings, again, and pretty bad core attributes as well. What about Sergio Stanford, 21 out of Delaware? Again, pretty bad ratings and pretty bad core attributes. There's another really good run stopper. Do I just go with one of these run stopper guys? I don't know. Both of them are around 3 to 4 projections. So, dude, all these run stopper fucking linebackers are crazy. I guess let's take a look at the DNs because we could always move them up to linebacker. Another insane run stopper and Keon Harris. That's sick. What about Bryce Leonard? 21 out of Rice. He did run a 4.65. B finesse moves is about his only good trait. I don't know. Do we just go for Keon Harris? Yeah, Keon Harris, we don't have much use for him based off our positional needs, but he just looks too good not to take. So let's go ahead and take him. Hidden Dev, 87 strength, 80 XL at 302 pounds, 6'6". I like that pick, but I also don't because we don't really need him. But in real life, the move, the smart move when you're drafting is not to go off positional need. It's to go off, pure talent. But in Madden, you kind of want to go for players that you actually need. And see, this is why I use strong draft classes because just like these guys are so butt. Holy fuck. Derek Mentor is a top 5 talent. Elite Excel. C man, B press, B zone, only C play rec. He does have A block shedding. I mean, he doesn't look that crazy, but if he's a top 5 talent, let's go ahead and take him. I literally knew that was going to happen. I wish I would have said that I thought I was going to be normal dev because I had a really good feeling about it. I don't know. I feel like if you're a top 5 talent, you shouldn't be normal dev. I just think it's that simple. There is one of these really good run stopper linebackers left, Marcus Sample. This guy would play middle linebacker for us if we took him, but I know there were a couple other good ones, so let's make sure we get the best one. Yeah, I think Marcus Sample's the best guy on the board. He's going to have normal dev. He's also 24 years old, but I don't know what to do here, so we're going to take him. I don't know. Those ratings look pretty bad. That guy's probably going to be like a 70 overall, maybe even lower. But I really hate this draft class. Let's go ahead and sim to the end of the draft. Let's see what the CPU can do from here. But yeah, there will be strong draft classes for the rest of the video. I hate the normal draft classes. They're so bad. Keon Harris ended up being a 72 overall. Derek Minter was a 76 overall. I don't know how he doesn't have a dev trait. But yeah, Sample was a 69 overall. Looks like the best player the CPU took was Keenan Miller. He's a 70 overall corner who has normal. Looks like the best player in the class went in the second round to the Buccaneers. 76 overall receiver. There was a 76 overall quarterback. There was a 76 overall halfback who went in the third round. 76 D tackle. I don't know. I don't feel like we gained anything we can really use out of that draft. The offense after the draft looks literally the exact same other than our 4th string running back is a hidden dev rookie. But on defense, Minter is going to start for our corner group. And I guess we'll just move Harris up to the D tackle too. I mean, he's a lower overall than Lamontang. That just makes me think of Rainbow. Did you guys ever play Siege? I used to be a really big Siege fan. I don't know. Let's not get off topic here. If you did play Siege, leave in the comments who your favorite operator... Oh, you know what? I can't talk. Leave in the comments who your favorite operator was to play. But going into the season, we were an 89 overall again. We didn't really make much changes other than we have one different starting corner. But the upcoming draft should be more interesting because we will have strong draft classes on. Hopefully we can add somebody better than what was our highest overall player, a 76. But with all of that being said, let's sim to the midseason of the second year of this rebuild and let's see how the team's doing. Will we be 6-0 again? Probably not. My guess is we're going to be either 3-3 or 3-4. You know, I was pretty close. We're 4-3 at the midseason. We have the first offense in points per game. Defense is finally playing down to how it should be. I'll probably make a change to our defensive playbook. And you know what? I can actually tell you guys what playbook I use because I did in the last video I recorded. It's dropping tomorrow, or I guess it's already dropped by the time this video's out. But in a 3-4 defense, I normally go... Sometimes I do run Atlanta, but normally I'll normally go with the Pittsburgh Steelers. Their defense normally works pretty good for me in a 3-4. Let me know if you guys use anything that works better. It said the offensive scheme we were in was like a 38% match, but we have the first offensive points per game. I don't know. But Drake May is second in the league in passing yards as of right now. He has 1,800 yards, 15 touchdowns, no picks, 71 completion percentage. I guess Drake May is just a fucking god. Bijan with almost 700 yards through 7 games. He has 5 touchdowns and is averaging 5.2 per carry. Drake May also has 3 touchdowns on the ground, so he has 18 touchdowns to 0 picks. He does have 1 turnover, I guess, because he fumbled once. But Kyle Pitts is the leading receiver. I like to see that. He has 5 touchdowns. O-line's holding up really good. We've only allowed 7 sacks so far through 7 games. Not many TFLs. I mean, Jamario Hooker has 5. Not many sacks. I guess we have a few, but not very many. And we only have 3 picks on the year so far. But, I mean, we had just about that much last year as well. But let's see what players we have ready to re-sign. We have 18 players ready to negotiate. $81 million to spend, and we have to bring back Drake May. We have to bring back Jonathan Robinson. We have to bring back our superstar center. Let's just start off with Drake May because he's going to be expensive. He's asking, oh my God. He's asking for $63 million a year. I guess let's just give it to him because it's what he wants. And he's not even going to take it? Oh my God. But at least now we know how much money we'll have left after the deal. We have $20 million. Guess it just comes down to which one of these players do I want the most. And I think that's going to be Jake Anderson. Let's go ahead and give him a 3-year, $42 million offer. He's also on the fence. Can't afford to bring back Jonathan Robinson. If we bring back those two, we'll have to try to restructure deals at the end of the year. But we'll probably just sim 1 week ahead, try to get back Drake May and try to get back the center. And we did beat the Panthers, but that's not what's important. Bringing back Drake May is what's important. So we didn't like this. Can I just up it up just a little bit, I guess? 3 years, 190. Yeah, okay. You wanted 300 grand more. Go fuck yourself, dude. And then Jace Anderson will give him like, I don't know, 3 years, 43.5 mil. And he can't, dude. I am losing my patience. We do have a breakout quarterback. I don't know what this really means for us because Drake May is already a 99 overall X Factor. But I do want to sim a week ahead so we can try to get back our center because he's starting to piss me off. But I guess it'll be nice to see if we can beat the Cowboys because we all know how good the Cowboys are in this game. Yeah, and we lose, of course. All right, Jace Anderson, can you please just fucking re-sign? 3 years, 45 mil. Thank you. But now we're going to get to the end of the season and, hopefully find ourselves in a playoff spot. Let's see how we can finish out the year. And we finished the year 11-6. We do not win the division, but we do make the playoffs. We finished with the second offense in points per game. We had the number 1 rushing offense and the number 9 passing offense in yards. Defense didn't do much better in the second half of the year, but with an 84 overall defense, what really can you expect? But I'm excited to see what Drake May did. All right, and if he doesn't win MVP, I'm ending the video. 4,000 yards, 36 touchdowns, 0 interceptions, 70 completion percentage. He also had 4 touchdowns on the ground. Bijan with 1,600 yards, 4.8 per carry, 12 touchdowns. Frank House finishes with 1,100 yards, 9 touchdowns. Kyle Pitts, almost 1,000 yards, 9 touchdowns. Drake London, 775 yards, 6 touchdowns. O-line was great. Both of our tackles combined allowed 11 sacks. Our interior allowed like 9. So 20 sacks allowed on the year is not bad at all. Khalid Brown leads the team in tackles. We got 14 TFLs out of Stephon Jeffrey, 12 out of Jose Martin, 7 sacks out of Jeffrey, 7 out of Gross, 6.5 out of Jose Martin. And not too many picks on the year. We got 1 out of Brown, Samuels, Brown, Campbell, 1 out of Bates, and 1 out of Mixon. All right, but it's time to see if I need to end the video right here because if Drake May didn't win MVP, that's bullshit. All right, Drake May does win MVP. That's good to see. NFC Offensive Player of the Year goes to Puka Nacua, which is who we're facing in the wildcard game, so that's scary. Drake May, I feel like, should have won it, but we're not going to complain about that. He comes in second. Bijan comes in third. Defensive Player of the Year goes to Mike Parsons, no Falcons. Offensive Rookie of the Year goes to Clay Donnell for the Cardinals, no Falcons here. Defensive Rookie of the Year goes to Nate Hatchett for the Commanders, no Falcons. Ooh, actually, Keon Harris comes in 10th place. But we have a wild card game to get into. We're going against the Rams. They have the 9th offensive points per game, the 25th defense. So our offense was better. Our defense was better. We're higher overall. Let's send to divisional, and let's see if we win. We do win. We win by a touchdown, 31-24. We're going against the Lions, who we did beat last year. But, we didn't have as good as a year this year as we did last year. Let's just go ahead and send to the NFC Championship. Let's see what happens. And we do get a win. 21-17. We're going against the Bears, who we also went against last year, and they have Caleb Williams now. They already have Marvin Harrison, and they add Caleb Williams in free agency. They have the 4th offensive points per game, the 14th defense. We're a higher overall, but I would say they had a better year than us, although we did have one more win. This game's really up for grabs. Let's go ahead and sim to the Super Bowl, and let's see if we can beat the Bears. And we do not win. The Bears are in the Super Bowl with Caleb Williams and Marvin Harrison. They kind of deserve the win there. Their team was honestly better than ours. Our defense is just not very good. And we haven't had money to add free agents or anything. Hopefully this free agency, there'll be some good defensive players that we can hopefully restructure deals so that we're able to sign. Looks like the Bears do not win the Super Bowl, though. They lose to the Browns 34-28. Oh, no. We just re-signed Bijan, didn't we? We lose Bijan, Drake London, and I guess we had Sean Payton as our offensive coordinator or whatever. Dude, us losing Bijan is really bad. At least that frees up the money that we gave him, but he was only like 32. Why did he retire? I guess that leaves money to re-sign any players we didn't get before. But I almost feel like we'd be better off saving it in case there's a running back in free agency or something. Let's see who we weren't able to sign. Because Jonathan Robinson's going to take almost all of our money. We could go for Pierre Bethel. We'll have some money left if we re-sign him. Let's go ahead and do that. And then he cannot wait until next year. And I think we're going to let the rest of these guys go. Unfortunately, I want to save this money in case there's a potential running back in free agency. And honestly, with 30 mil, we can get more than a running back. Hopefully, there's some good defensive piece we can add to this team. There's running backs in free agency every year. The one time I need a running back, there's not one. That's cool. But I guess we can go for Mitch Rainey. And I guess we may as well just try to bring back Jonathan Robinson at this point. So we're going to try to bring back Jonathan Robinson. We're also going to go for Mitch Rainey. Jonathan Robinson may end up with the Broncos or the Niners, but I don't want to give all... Actually, I will give him more money. So we offered him a slightly bigger deal. Somehow we moved down in the rankings for his offers. I don't know. Let's just go ahead and send these through. Okay. We got Jonathan Robinson. We did not get Mitch Rainey, which is like the opposite of what I expected. And I don't really like any of the other running backs that are in free agency. We're almost better off trying to draft one, which really scares me because running backs are so hard to develop, as I'm sure you guys have heard me say. It's really unfortunate we lost Bijan. That's really bad, but you know, we'll have to overcome some adversity for the first time in this video. I mean, there's some decent running backs on the draft. We don't really have any choice but to take one. We actually did have a pretty decent backup running back that we were getting trade offers for that I didn't accept, but there's a chance he had a contract that I did not accept. Yeah, this is the rookie that the CPU took last year. Damn, I forgot we lost Drake London. Oh my god, this is getting hard. Fuckity fuck. But let's just go ahead and get into the draft. We need a lot of positions because we need defensive players really bad. We need a running back. We need a third receiver. We're kind of in a weird spot here. We need a strong draft here. Come on. And you know what? Manny Foot, that's an interesting name. He's still here. He's 21 out of USC. He was pretty slow, but Elite excelled, change of direction, and jumping with A-man coverage, B press, B zone coverage, low-ish play rec, but B block shedding, A catching, B hit power, B injury. Let's go ahead and take him. I was literally just about to say he's going to be hidden dev, and I'm glad I didn't because he's not. What the fuck is going on? This was supposed to be an easy video. Okay, and the running back we were looking at originally isn't here, but Israel Peak, he's also out of Texas. This is pretty much just Bijan 2. He's 21 out of Texas. He ran a 4.49. He has elite jumping, but A stiff arm, B trucking, A carrying, A ball carrier vision. I mean, he's probably going to have normal. I don't want to miss out on him. Let's take him. Fuck, dude. That was a dumb pick, but I mean, if he's projected to go to the 3rd or 4th round with how late our 3rd round pick is, I was just worried he wasn't going to be there. We probably made a mistake there, but I'm just a retard. It's okay. It's all right. There's not really any good receivers left either. I mean, there's a pretty decent UDFA. I guess I could take this guy in like the 6th round. He ran a 4.2. Oh my god. All right, in the 5th round or so, if Matthew Vance is available, we'll take him. We may go with David Rice here. He's 22 out of Florida. Really bad ratings. B finesse moves, though, is like the one thing that makes me want to take him. I don't know what else to take. This guy's going to have normal, but let's go ahead and take him. God, this is... I'm just going to take that receiver I was looking at. That was a UDFA here in the 4th round because I don't know what else to do. This video is not going as planned. This is bad. Was it Matthew Vance that I was looking at? Yeah, it was. Let's go ahead and take him. He's going to have normal. Of course. What the fuck? A UDFA with hidden dev, 99 speed, 99 agility, 97 excel. Oh my god. Glad we took a chance on him. Let's get to the end of the draft. Let's let the CPU take over from here, and let's see how we do in the draft recap. I'm sure that guy is going to be like a 60-something overall somehow with 99 speed, 99 agility, but oh my god. That like literally, like, oh my god, that made me so excited. So Manny Foot was a 77 overall. He's going to have a starting spot pretty much anyway. Israel Peak's also going to be our starting running back. David Rice was really bad. But Matthew Vance, the UDFA that we took a chance on in the 4th round, is a 75 overall. He has 49 awareness. That's interesting. But 99 speed, 99 agility. Oh my god. And as he progresses through the year, he'll aware. Dude. Like, am I drunk? Why do I just slur every time I try to talk? His awareness will upgrade throughout the year, and he's going to be really good, I feel like. But here's a look at the offense after the draft. Really big hole at running back. I mean, I guess not a hole. We have a rookie there, but this guy's probably going to average like 3 yards a carry, which is really scary. I'm so sad we lost Bijan, but I'm excited to see what Vance can do for us. And then Foot is going to be a starting corner for us. The defense doesn't look terrible. I mean, Jeffrey did go up to superstar. I like the D-line. And we have a couple decent linebackers. It's honestly not terrible. It's slowly getting better. But I think losing Bijan is going to be what holds us back. We made 2 NFC championships in a row, 1 Super Bowl, 1 we did not make the Super Bowl. And I think now that we don't have Bijan, it's going to start to get worse. But we do still have an 89 overall team, so there's a little bit of hope left. Dude, that UDFA receiver being hidden dev and having those stats was genuinely the coolest thing I've ever experienced. Oh my god. Like, I was in fucking distraught. But we need to try to fucking scout some edge rushers here because, I mean, we do have a superstar outside linebacker, but we could still, use somebody better. Let's go ahead and get to the midseason of the third year, and let's see how the team's looking. I mean, if Drake May can have as good of a year as he did the last 2 years, I think we'll be fine. He literally didn't throw a single interception last year, so according to Madden, Drake May is just God. At the midseason, we are only 3-4, still not bad. With the 6 offensive points per game, our defense is really bad. But Drake May is still playing great. 1,600 yards, 18 touchdowns, only 2 picks, 71 completion percentage. And yeah, Israel Peak's not very good. Only 3.5 per carry, 3 touchdowns. Kyle Pitts leading the team in yards, 5 touchdowns out of him, 6 out of Frank House. O-line's definitely having a down year. This is almost as many sacks as we've allowed last year as a whole. And I mean, we actually have a decent amount of sacks. We have like almost 15 probably, or we probably have about 15. And only 1 pick on the year, so that's not good to see. At least it's out of our rookie. But let's see what players we have ready to resign. 16 players ready to negotiate, $51 million to spend. I guess we can bring back Amari Brown. 2 years, 16 mils, not very expensive. He resigns. And then Juan Carlisle. This is pretty expensive, but I mean, he is a defense. Or for dude, I can't talk. But for an offensive tackle, this is not bad. We'll give him 3 years, 64 mil, and he resigns. Fuck, why did it put this player at the back if he's the best one? I guess we have to fucking... God damn it. We got to re-sign these guys at the end of the year. We had way more players to re-sign than I realized. I don't know why it put the 83 overall at the front. Whatever, dude. But I'm not too upset with how the year's going. It could be a lot worse. Drake May's still playing great. But with all of that being said, let's go ahead and sim to the end of the season, and let's see how the team finishes off. Let's hopefully find ourselves in a playoff spot here. Damn, when we finish the year 8-9 and we do not make the playoffs, our offense was pretty good. The rushing offense was really bad. With the loss of Bijan, the defense was also really bad this year. Drake May was really good, though, at least 4,100 yards, 37 touchdowns, 5 picks, 70 completion percentage. Israel Peak, I hope you enjoyed your time as a starter because it ends now. 3.3 per carry, 9 touchdowns. Frank House had a good year, 1,000 yards, 9 touchdowns. Jonathan Robinson did good, so did Kyle Pitts. Honestly, Matthew Vance did really good too. Hopefully he can win Offensive Rookie of the Year. O-line was really bad this year. Oh my God. Out of Leo Spellman and Donovan Lynch alone, we allowed more sacks than we did last year. 8 out of Carlisle, 3 out of Lawson, and 2 out of Anderson. Pierre Brethel leads the team in tackles with 125. We got 16 TFLs out of Jose Martin, 14 out of Larry Moreland, 10 sacks out of Moreland, 9 out of Martin, 8 out of Jeffrey. We only got 3 picks on the year, sick. MVP goes to David Lynch for the Commanders. We came in second with Drake May. NFC Offensive Player of the Year goes to Kenny Burgess for the Rams. Drake May places third. Defensive Player of the Year goes to Thomas Rose for the Commanders. No Falcons. Offensive Rookie of the Year does not go to Matthew Vance. It goes to... Dude, the Commanders are so good in this game. Since when? Defensive Rookie of the Year goes to Nolan Broyles for the Buccaneers. No Falcons. I lied. Marcus Manny Foot is at 9th place. And as I just got done talking about how good the Commanders are, they go ahead and win the Super Bowl 16-10 over the Chargers. No retirements, though, which I guess is good to see. And Vance actually a superstar, so that's awesome. Kyle Pitts regresses down to superstar. Jeffrey goes up to X Factor, though. I believe all the other depth traits are the same. Actually, Manny Foot goes up to superstar, or fuck, I'm an idiot. Goes up to star, which is also pretty good to see. But we only have 19 million left to bring back the players that we missed out on, and I really, really want to bring back Stephon Jeffrey, and we can't afford it. We're going to have to try to restructure some deals. We can't even restructure the fucking $300 million deal we gave to Drake May. So I feel like I freed up a decent amount of money. Yeah, we have $50 million to spend now, so that's perfect. So we should be able to bring back Stephon Jeffrey, although he's not very interested. But we will offer him 4 years, $138 million, and he does resign. And then honestly, actually we should probably bring back Gerald Brates. We'll go ahead and give him 1 year, $8.1 million. And he does resign, and that's probably going to be everybody we bring back. I don't think we can afford Leo Spellman. Actually, we can. We'll give him 1 year, $5.5 million, and he does resign. We're going to take a look at the free agents. If there's a good running back, we're going to try to restructure the deal we just gave to our edge rusher. If there's not a good running back, we're not going to do much in free agency. We're not going to do anything in free agency, actually. And yeah, no running back. So another quiet free agency out of the Atlanta Falcons. But going into the draft, we again need to try to find a running back. Israel Peak is not the answer. And we need another edge rusher probably. We could technically use another safety, but that's definitely not first priority. So in the draft, other than like an edge rusher and a linebacker, I don't know if there's anything too important we need to draft. There's also some pretty good looking running backs in the draft this year. But honestly, I think we're going to try to trade up with the Rams and try to get Noah Douglas. I think that's going to be a good game plan for us. 21 out of NC State. He runs a 4.65. He has elite excel. A play rec, A awareness, B power moves, A finesse moves. This guy's really good. We're going to draft him and we're going to move him to outside linebacker. Let's see what we need to do to trade up with the Rams. This could be scary, especially because I'd like to have a pretty good pick to try to draft a running back as well. Okay, I didn't expect that to go through. We don't have a second round pick, and I kind of would like to have one for, to hopefully draft a running back. So let's see if we can try to trade up and get a second from somebody. All right, and a third, fourth, fifth, and sixth is enough to get the Bears second rounder. So we're going to hopefully get that edge rusher in the first round, assuming the mock draft wasn't lying. And then we'll try to get a running back in the second round. Hopefully there's a good one available for us. Dude, I think the mock draft lied. There's no way I just traded up and it was lying. And the other good D end is a fucking power rusher. Although 268 wouldn't be a terrible edge rusher. I mean, we'll just have to see what overall this guy is at linebacker. But 268 pounds, 6'6", he's a fucking D tackle. God, dude. And he's normal. Bro, EA. Do not put mock drafts in your game if it's not going to be true. I just traded my first and second rounder to trade up, and the player wasn't even available. I don't care that mock drafts aren't accurate to the draft in real life. This is a video game. But which one of these running backs looks the best? Spencer Bowman doesn't look bad. Elite excel and elite strength is tempting. A stiff arm, A break tackle, A ball carrier vision. Alani Moses is pretty good. He ran a 4.31, and that's not elite speed. That doesn't even make sense. I kind of like the other guy better than this. What about Channing Collins? He's 23. Ran a 4.43. Elite excel, elite change of direction. A catch in traffic. This guy's like a receiving back, huh? Yeah, I like Spencer Bowman the best, so welcome to the Falcons. Hidden dev, 84 strength, 89 speed, 94 acceleration. That is our new starting running back. Our next pick is in the 7th round. You know what? After we drafted a really good hidden dev UDFA, I may as well take this pick. You know what, Adrian Westbrook, welcome to the Falcons. You're probably a 65 overall, but whatever. It just sucks because we didn't even need the DN that I took because he can't even play edge for us, and he still had fucking normal dev. Whatever, dude. 76 overall, 21-year-old with normal, by the way. I mean, 268 isn't really that big for an edge rusher. I guess we could try him out. He does go down to a 74, but honestly, we're going to do it like that. I don't care. At least Bowman's a 78. I think he's going to be pretty good for us, especially better than the running back we had last year. But after the draft, here's how the team's looking. We got a new starting running back. Other than that, everything else is pretty much the same. On defense, we have a different edge rusher. Everything else is pretty much the same. Our corners are actually not that bad. Our safeties, Brown is really good. Campbell, not so much. The D-line looks pretty good. Hopefully LeBlanc can be all right at edge. I don't think he's going to be. He's pretty big for an edge rusher. We don't have a kicker or punter. All right, and 37-year-old Evan McPherson has X Factor. Welcome to the fucking Falcons, dude. I didn't even know kickers could have X Factor, if I'm being honest. I didn't even know they could get dev-ups, if I'm being honest. Actually, I think I did know that. But this is potentially the last year of the rebuild. If we have a really bad year, I'll probably end up doing one more. But with that being said, let's get straight to the end of the season, and let's see how we do. We have Drake May, so I believe. I definitely underestimated how difficult this was going to be. I thought it was going to be too easy, that the video was going to be boring, especially after we made the Super Bowl in the first year. But yeah, it got pretty hard once Bijan retired. But we do finish the year 12-5. We win our division and we make the playoffs. We had the 11th offensive points per game. We actually had the 8th offense in rushing yards, so I think our running back was pretty good. We had the first defense in points per game. Drake May with his worst year so far, but still a fucking crazy year. 3,900 yards, 34 touchdowns, 7 picks, 71 completion percentage. And Spencer Bowman wasn't as good as I thought, but 1,100 yards, 3.8 per carry is better than our running back from last year, 6 touchdowns. And Israel Peak did get 10 touchdowns, so Frank House leads the team in receiving with 1,000 yards. Kyle Pitts, 857. Matthew Vance with 780. Still can't believe we got this guy. O-line was better this year. 9 sacks allowed out of Carlisle, 7 out of Lynch, 6 out of Spellman, 4 out of Lawson, 3 out of Anderson. Pierre Brethel leads the team in tackles with 105, 16 TFLs out of Larry Moreland, 14 out of Jeffrey, 13 out of LeBlanc. He was actually really good at edge, so I'm glad we did what we did. 10 out of Martin, 16 sacks out of Jeffrey, 8.5 out of Moreland, 8 out of Martin, and 7 out of LeBlanc. 2 picks out of Manny Foote, 1 out of Amir Brown, 1 out of Mentor, and 1 out of Bates. MVP goes to Clay Donnell for the Cardinals. Drake May places 7th. NFC Offensive Player of the Year goes to Kenny Burgess for the Rams. Drake May places 10th. Defensive Player of the Year goes to Chop Robinson for the Packers. We come in second. Why wouldn't we? We come in second for an award at least once a video. Offensive Rookie of the Year goes to Nick Stevenson. We came in third with Spencer Bowman. Defensive Rookie of the Year does go to Deion LeBlanc. So good pick out of us. Even though he was normal dev, he was really good at edge for us. But we were taking on the Lions in the playoffs. We're 4 overalls higher than them. We have a higher overall offense and defense. We had a better offensive points per game. We had a better defensive points per game. We were better than them in every single one of these overall ranks. So let's go ahead and sim to the divisional where we should be having a playoff game. Fuck, we have to take on the Commanders, dude. You know what? We were also better than them in every overall ranks. We also have a higher overall offense, pretty much the same defense, and higher overall team. Let's see who had our weekly award from the wild card, though. Drake May with 200 passing yards, 3 touchdowns. But yeah, the Commanders have been doing really good this video all throughout the simulation. They had the same record as us, but we had a way better season statistically. Let's send to the NFC Championship, and let's hope we're there. And we're not. I feel like this team couldn't get much better. And with the retirement of Frank House and Kyle Pitts, I think I'm going to take it as the sign to end the video there. I would have liked to win a Super Bowl this video. We made it to one in the first year, so I guess I can be happy with that. I just feel like last year the roster couldn't have been much better than it was. And the roster honestly still looks good. We have a pretty decent backup tight end to replace Kyle Pitts. We found our new running back. We would need one more receiver, but that would be doable. Foote was superstar. Brown went up to superstar. LeBlanc didn't get a fucking dev up. Let me guess. I'm going to watch. I would put my whole entire life savings. I'm putting down money right now. There is going to be a minus dev trait in his progression history. Yep, 2 of them. But this team looking as good as it does is kind of making me want to do another year. Nah, we have negative $4 million from the restructuring we did last year. I could restructure more deals and free up that money. Don't really feel like doing it. I'm sorry if this video is a disappointment for you guys. I tried my best. We're not going to win a Super Bowl every video. I feel like I've been doing pretty good of doing so the last few videos, so I'm sorry I wasn't able to get it done for you guys today. If you made it this far to the video, you probably enjoyed, or you were probably waiting for me to win a Super Bowl, and I didn't get it done for you. But if you did enjoy the video, please leave a like and subscribe to the channel. Really disappointed in how this video turned out. Wish we could have gotten it done in the Super Bowl, but at least we got to, follow people's careers. Caleb Williams ended up on the Bears alongside Marvin Harrison and made it to a Super Bowl. The Commanders are apparently going to be one of the best teams in the NFL. Drake May is apparently going to be one of the best quarterbacks of all time. Patrick Mahomes won like 10 MVPs. We saw as we went through the yearly awards at the beginning of the video. But that is going to be the end of this one. Deuces.